This week's episode of the High Level Release Radar, where we recap all of the new releases from the week. Ryan, I am fresh back from an event in San Diego that we were at, so I have a feeling that a lot of these releases are going to be brand new to me. Happy Friday.
Happy Friday. We are swimming in releases, most of which we can't talk about, so we are very careful not to let too much out here.
Yet. Can't talk about them yet.
Correct.
Right?
Yeah.
But
we will never tell you about
the yet window is getting much smaller as these days go by. Let me just make sure that we are streaming live. Uh-oh, something isn't working. Facebook. Let's try to get us streaming live. Here we go. Into the group. And we should be live in all the places. As always, if you can see us and you can hear us, please say hello in the comments below. And it's no surprise that Mr. David Linton has already done so. Happy Friday to you down in Jacksonville, Dave. Good to see you as always. What do you say we hop into some releases, Ryan?
Let us do it.
All right. Let's see what we have. Well, before we hop into our releases, 50 grand. There's still $50,000 worth of cash up for grabs. I've seen more and more agents getting loaded up into the marketplace, which is all you need to do to be eligible, right, Ryan?
That's true. And there was a recent update I saw in one of the channels that we're now including knowledge bases with these agents. So if you're waiting on that, the team delivered that, I think, in a 24-hour period. So go check that out if you've been waiting on it.
Ooh, that sounds very important. That's a nice update there.
Yes.
We got Max saying, checking in with a woohoo. Happy Friday to you, sir. So yes, get your agents, your conversation AI agents or your voice AI agents loaded up in the app marketplace. That's all you need to do to be eligible to get your chunk of this $50,000 payout. All right, let's hop into some releases from the week. WordPress had an update. We have new customer support features. Okay, so this is for...
Disclaimer, this is for agency admins only. So your users will not see this if you're running a SaaS or have different sub accounts. But you now have the ability, they've got a dedicated team that is only working on WordPress stuff. So I've asked for a little bit more clarification for all the nerds like me out there that want to know like exactly the types of things they can do, like troubleshooting plugins, troubleshooting pages and JavaScript and CSS that isn't working quite right. Don't know about that exactly yet, but that's where we want to get to is that we have a dedicated WordPress support team that talks in WordPress lingo.
That's nice. Cool. So it's never been easier to launch your WordPress sites inside of HighLevel. The pricing's awesome. And now we have a dedicated team in the support to make sure that it all goes well. Love it.
Yes, sir.
Here's another update from WordPress. Editable site names directly from the site's dashboard. That's convenient.
It can be helpful. Prevents you from having to log into the WP admin area. So
that's nice.
More control in the dashboard area.
That is nice. Sweet. I did see this next one, which is very nice. In payments, you can now add photos to estimates. And when I asked for clarification from the team, the way that it works is like you send somebody an estimate, they click it, opens up in the browser, and then they can click these photos, and then they pop up in a nice little light box, right?
Exactly. Very, very useful and critical in most cases for winning bids or estimates in the service industry. So you're going to demo a bathroom. You want to have some photos of everything. Obviously, it helps to kind of keep track of what it looked like before, et cetera, and what the work that's actually going to get done. Or maybe you've got some blueprints or some plans you want to include and show them what you're going to be doing. In either case, you can upload those and use them as photos in the estimates.
Yes, this is very handy. I could see all sorts of industries being really excited about this. So I feel like this should be a recurring theme, Ryan. If you are not using the payments products, the estimates, the invoicing, they have become so robust. You should check them out. You can likely save a bunch of money by ditching whatever you're using to currently run your invoicing and your estimates and all that kind of stuff, and just use native because it is pretty sweet.
100%.
We got some check-ins coming in. Our first from Christian in Hong Kong. That
Amazing.
is sweet. Hong Kong in the fall. Is it fall there? I don't know. It sounds like a lovely idea.
It's almost fall. We're nearly there. Yes, it is. The 22nd, I think, was the beginning of fall.
Nice. And we've got Paul Douglas checking in. Ryan's only friend, Paul, from sunny Winnipeg, made it live. Glad it's sunny. Glad it's Friday, Paul. Hope you're doing well.
I'm gonna find somebody else in Winnipeg, but I'm happy to have you.
Our next update comes from integrations. We now have Google OAuth missing permissions warning. How exciting.
Yeah, so if you got permissions issue with Google, there's now an ability to do that, or to reset the permissions and see what's going on there.
Okay, that sounds handy. Moving on. We have updates to the email builder. We can now sync edits to templates of WordPress. Okay, this is an interesting one, Ryan. I feel like we should elaborate here a little bit, because from where I come from, a template does not stay in sync. When you use it to start, you create a unique thing, you edit that thing, it doesn't change your template. That's the whole point of a template, right? But templates in HighLevel from the beginning didn't work like that in workflows. If you edited it, it changed the template, and a lot of people got used to that. So when we, in my mind, fixed the way that they worked, we created this new problem for people that were accustomed to templates staying in sync. But now this is the fix for that. So you can have it both ways. I think the way that the team implemented it is really nice. If you select a template, you can check this box that says, I want the template to stay in sync if I edit it here in the workflow. Did I get that right?
You got that correct. And this is another great example of how we're taking our time on some things. They're not launching right away. This was actually discussed months ago, but they really did take their time to get it right so that we didn't screw up what was already familiar. And I think they nailed it here.
Yeah. So if you were freaking out because of the update that, in my mind, fixed the way that it worked, you can continue using it the way that you like to use it. All you got to do is check that little box there. And then I think when you even go to the template, it'll indicate that it's linked in a workflow or something like that.
Yeah, it should. Yep.
And we have the ability on that side to push to sync from, if you go to templates first or whatever. So now you can do it either way, which is kind of cool, because most platforms I feel like work the other way. Some, I'm told, like HubSpot, actually keep the templates in sync. And now, no matter where you're coming from, you should be able to keep on rocking the way that you want to rock. Sweet. Which is important. We've got Sean checking in just straight up emoji style. I like it.
What's up, Sean? I hope your Jabber integration is resolved. I think it is.
Oh, great. Let us know how that's going.
Yeah.
Next up, the phone system got an update. We can block automation messages to and from Texas recipients. This is just getting ridiculous, Ryan. I mean, I get it. It's stupid, right? Okay, so tell me what this does. I'm assuming it's helpful to keep everybody.
It is helpful. There, for those of you who have not known about this, there's a new Texas state bill number 140, which enacted a lot of regulatory changes effective September 1. And basically what that means is that we have to have like really specific opt-in for phone numbers in Texas. So there's a whole bunch of rules about that. You can go read about it, SB 140 in the Texas legislature. Now, the question is like, okay, how do we make sure that we're on par with all this, that we're doing the right things? One is to have good opt-in language and making sure that like double opt-ins, and there's some rules around that. What if you just want to say, okay, I just want to not deal with this right now, and I want to make sure that I'm not messaging numbers that have a Texas area code. That's how, if in case you're wondering, that's how we're determining this. So if they have a Texas area code, then messages will not be sent to them, with the exception of one-to-one conversations and OTP, one-time password, like resets and like verifications and stuff. So those will always go through no matter what. But you can disable like the campaigns and workflows and stuff if you'd like.
This is pretty nice from the team. I think this is really smart. Again, it gives you kind of time just to go back and reevaluate your configurations to make sure that you're doing things right. But in the meantime, you just cover your butt. But I got to say, Texas, I'm really disappointed in you guys. I thought it was supposed to be the wild, wild west down there. And now you guys are coming in with this over-the-top ridiculous regulation here.
Yeah, and I would imagine that more states will follow. So this is not going away. This is going to be more widespread. So make sure your opt-ins are rock solid. The only people that want to hear from you are hearing from you. I know it's hard to say from a marketing perspective, but that's the way it is.
I feel like Meta's in the corner just doing that Shaq meme, like, ooh, baby, here comes WhatsApp in the United States. Just pushing everybody right into our arms. All right. Well, now you got that easy compliance thing there. Go check it off if you're worried about dealing with Texas and their stupid regulations. Next up is another phone system update. You can enable or disable periodic opt-out. This is another one. It's like, oh gosh, this is so annoying to even have to do this. But here it is. And if you don't like it, you can turn it off.
Exactly. So I think new accounts, this is on by default. Old accounts, we're not changing anything, so don't get too upset. But you can set your interval, set it to re-opt in, and so forth, and there you have it.
Yeah, and this is like a thing that every 30 days, if you're having a conversation with somebody, will just remind them that they can opt out, right? I feel like if you just do good marketing, you don't have to worry about any of this stuff, but here you go. And if you don't like it, now you can go turn it off. We got a couple of check-ins. MJ coming in from Valencia, Spain. Thanks for the assist there, MJ. Appreciate that. And RoboJack. Hey, guys, keep up the awesome sauce. Checking in from Jamaica. Nice. Is it probably getting nice in Jamaica? Do you guys have like a hot season and it's going to turn perfect like here in Mexico soon? I'd be curious to know.
Could be. I feel like it's hot in Jamaica all the time, but I wouldn't know.
Phone system got another update this week. We have voice integrity tooltip on unanswered calls. What does that mean, Ryan?
That's a great question, Chase. So voice integrity is a feature that we have within our phone system. And when calls aren't getting answered, this is sort of a nudge to say, hey, you might want to check out voice integrity and enable that. What it helps to do is provide, I believe this one, it's related to showing the business name, but it will help. We can't guarantee anything because carriers will mark whatever they mark, but it'll help it so that it's not marked as like probably spam. And so that's sort of the idea here is that you're showing the carriers like with this voice integrity feature, hey, I'm a real business. I'm registered. I have an EIN. I'm not some scammer. And that will help improve the call rates. So if you're getting unanswered phone calls on the web app, this will pop up saying like, hey, you might want to enable it if you haven't.
That's very smart of the team. I like that. So it's like you're called in to get answered. You want to know how you could have had a better chance of getting it answered? Just click over here and set up voice integrity that you might not even know existed. And so I like to think of it as like caller ID, right? Voice integrity is basically caller ID. Yeah, you go get that set up and you got a better chance. I like it. Good work, team. Next up is another phone system update. You can now take notes right from being live on a call in the dialer.
That is true. I believe this feature was there and there was something broken about it, but we're just going to call this a new enhancement that it's working perfectly now. So if you're looking to take notes while you're on a call, you just click that button and it pops right up. And of course that will get synced right into the contact record. So you don't have to click a bunch of buttons, which is awesome.
Yeah, that's nice. I like that one. Anne Marie's checking in. She loves the WordPress hosting. It rocks. It does rock, Anne Marie. Glad you're digging it.
Quote you on that, Anne Marie.
Nice to see you. And another check-in from James up in Santa Cruz. Rock on to you, sir. It's probably starting to get chilly and crisp up there, I imagine.
It's getting crispy in Santa Cruz. I can almost guarantee that.
That's nice. Hoodie weather, outdoor bonfires. Love it. Next up, listings got an update. We now have missing info alerts for non-applicable fields.
Right. So if you've got fields that our listings engine is telling you like, hey, you're missing info here, but you just don't care about it or it's not applicable to you, you can now dismiss that so that you don't have to get the annoying warnings all the time. Not sure what to say other than it's nice to be able to get rid of red ink on your page.
Yeah, that is nice. I like that. Actually, you're like, look, I know and I don't care. So you can stop telling me to go update this field. Sweet. Anne Marie is, just so you know, our WordPress hosting is super fast. If you didn't know, on the back end, it's powered by rocket.net and they're like the fastest. So if you want to get a little boost, a little SEO juice right out of the gate, you should migrate your WordPress sites over to WordPress hosting and HighLevel.
Never been easier.
HPR presents. Cleveland is in the house. All right.
Go Browns.
Go Browns. Did the Browns win last week?
I don't know. I just like to support them because they're
They
not
need
that
all the
good.
support they can get historically, right? I feel you. Happy Friday to you. Next up, Listings got another update. We have suggestions feature for Uberall subscribers. What's going on here?
Yeah. So if you're using Uberall, which just to review for everybody, Uberall is like the engine that goes in the car, which is Listings. You can change that now between Yext or Uberall. And so if you're using Uberall now, or you've made that switch, you now get this suggestions feature, which kind of shows you places that you should be showing up and where you might want to get listings.
Cool. I like it. Seems like people are loving Uberall. So you might want to consider switching your engine if you're using Listings and you're currently on Yext. We got a little clarification. The Browns did, in fact, beat the Packers last week. Oh, as an Eagles fan, I like to hear that. I did recently switch my fantasy quarterback to Jordan Love, so hopefully they bounce back this week. Next up, Calendar's got an update. We have enhancements to appointment and service bookings. What kind of enhancements, Ryan?
Oh, lots of enhancements. So we have a duplicate appointments button now, which you can see in the top right-hand corner.
Oh, interesting.
We have got a blocked slots in services. So you can now add blocked slots directly from the service appointment modal. So you can see that on the left-hand side, and then working our way down, it's going to show you the resources in the appointment modal. So if you're using, I don't know, a yoga mat or something, or whatever type, like a room or something like that, it's going to show you in that modal, that little drawer on the right-hand side that pops out. We've also got new custom values for service bookings. So you can use service booking price as well as the meeting location name or the short label instead of the full address.
Wow, that's actually a lot of really powerful updates.
Yeah. Kind of hard to show all of them, but
at first I was like, why would you duplicate an old appointment? But it makes so much sense because now that you can get into things like the staff and the room and the equipment and not just having to input all that same stuff again.
Yeah, exactly. That's the whole idea.
Very handy. Cool. If you're not using HighLevel calendars, that's another one where you could probably save some cash, ditch some services, and just set up your calendars native in HighLevel.
Exactly.
Next up, multi-channel OTP verification for user email changes. Oh, is the new one the Authenticator app?
Yeah. Well, no. So previously, the way that this worked is that it would have to send an email to the email that you were changing. And in some cases, like if you didn't have access to that, it was a whole mess. So long story short, we fixed this long workaround process. And so now when you're changing your user email settings, you can not only use the email address, but you can use a verified phone number or the Authenticator app in conjunction with that, if in case, let's say, you don't have access to the email.
Yeah, you're like, dudes, I can't verify via email because I'm trying to change the email.
The math is not mathing there, and now it does.
Have you been noticing? It seems like applications now, like when you can't remember your password or whatever, and it's like, okay, I'm going to send you the one-time password, and then you get it, and then it just takes you into the app. Like you don't even go back to password or reset a password anymore. And I'm like, is this the way it always should have been? Have we been overthinking this password situation for all these years?
Probably.
It's so much nicer when you just get the link and you click and you're in, and you're like, sweet.
Yeah, magic links for the win.
It's kind of
passkeys. That's a whole nother ball of wax.
Yeah, don't get Ryan started on that kind of stuff. Next up, an update from Workflows. We have contactless tasks support. I feel like this is a sneaky big one, Ryan, because what we're saying here is you can fire off workflows, but again, we still don't have those triggers, right? But now the action works without a contact. Yes. Okay. So do you agree with me that this is huge?
It's totally huge. It's massive. The amount of things that the task manager can do is awesome, but I think the missing link here was like to bring it into automations, and there are so many instances where you're not actually dealing with a contact, you're just dealing with an event that happened. So that could be a totally independent event, it could be a webhook, it could be all kinds of things. Like I was alluding to, there's some things coming down the road in October that will make a lot of this make a lot more sense. But suffice to say, the contactless actions are going to be expanded.
This is great, right? Imagine you've got, Ryan, the other day I was thinking it would be so much fun to open up a record shop someday. Probably won't make any money, but it would be a blast, right? And like, let's say you open your record shop and now you have an employee, and it's like there's things that they should do every day before they shut up shop, right? I can just be automating the tasks and assigning them to them, but I don't have to like push a contact in there for it to work, right? Exactly. These are just tasks that need to be done. So now you got it.
There you go.
Yeah, I think it unlocks like an operations whole set of use cases that weren't there before. Totally. Or maybe they were, but you had to do like a hacky workaround.
Yeah.
All right, next up, Chatwood, you got an update. We have customizable message field. This one is pretty sweet.
Yes, so you can kind of see on the left-hand side, that's the configuration for it. And then on the right-hand side, that's where it's going to show up. So like right underneath the phone number. So at any rate, you can go ahead and put in a pre-filled message text, and that will kind of tell them what they need there. So
now I asked for clarification on this, Ryan, and I don't know if you saw the answer or if there was an answer, but that pre-filled message, if they just hit send, does it go into the conversation stream or does it actually go into a field?
Good question. I think it just goes into the conversation screen, but I didn't see an answer to your question on that.
Okay. Interesting. Because I'm sure folks are wondering like, oh, cool. Now I can like put the code word that I want to automate off in that message. And I'm just trying to figure out if that's going to work or not. So sounds like stay tuned. We'll find that answer. Maybe we'll report back next week. Next up, PandaDoc. Now, this was for us internally, Ryan, wasn't it? But I think it's something cool to show off, which we switched because I think we were using PandaDocs because of BAA stuff, and now we use our own product and finally got rid of those PandaDocs. I don't think it has anything to do with the customers other than they should too be using our...
No. This is definitely an announceable thing. I'm just like mildly freaking out here.
So if I freak you out for no reason.
Yeah. No, this is like a real thing. There's a change log and everything. So the idea behind this is to make HIPAA compliance pretty easy. PandaDocs is something that a lot of people used for the BAA. So if you don't know what HIPAA is all about, but a BAA is an agreement between two business entities, two business associates, and you kind of had to use like a third-party workaround for a lot of this, like we do. And so now we're bringing that into HighLevel, and that there's sort of a suite of different things that this update does. But the main idea is that you can migrate your PandaDoc BAAs into HighLevel, and it will work seamlessly with our HIPAA compliance situation.
Right. So it sounds like we're both correct on this one. It does have benefits for our customers.
Win-wins, Chase. I'm all about it.
I can see this now. Customers can now directly update signer details in their BAA documents without having to create a support ticket. So that's nice. Very handy. Cool. I love it. And again, just a testament to how robust our documents, contracts, invoicing has become. I love this next one. Next up, funnel and website metrics got an update. We now have, I think we had country before, but now you see state and city.
Yes. So we got state and city drill down. They also updated some stuff so that all the numbers are dynamic. So when you're hovering over things, you're getting like live results, and a couple other little things just to make it super fancy and nice. So
sweet. Yeah, that's really cool. And so is this next one, which is traffic source analytics. This is huge. So now you get to see where the traffic's coming from to your HighLevel websites or funnels.
That is correct. Important note here, as you can see, everything is unknown from the 23rd backwards. So we don't have that data, so we can't display it. But everything moving forward will have that. And then also for all the the design folks out there, we are working on the contrast ratio. That will get there. I know Charles is going to bring this up, so
nice. We're on it. This is so great, right? Because most of our customers, especially if they're just getting started, like they have no idea how to set up Google Analytics and all that kind of stuff. And so now we can just sort of give them what they need natively, and this will continue to get more and more robust as we move forward as well.
It will.
But this is a big step. Love it. Very excited. This one's also awesome. For the funnel website builder, the video player got majorly enhanced this week. This one just dropped this morning, I believe, right?
Yeah. This is a fresh off the presses release. And the main thing here, cleaner, more intuitive UI, et cetera, et cetera. We also have a loop playback option. Which in the past we've used custom code for all that. And so now we don't have to. So less custom code is always better. And you get color customization, as well as there's an overlay for the mute. So it's going to mute by default, and then there'll be an overlay to unmute it, which helps out a ton for users actually listening to the video.
Yeah, that's super nice. I love that. It's I love the color customization options. That's like something that I always loved about
Wistia.
Wistia. Yes.
Yeah.
So now like you want your play bar to match your brand, you can do that. Very cool update. And notice there's a lock symbol on there, Ryan. A lot of people might not know that you can do that. You can lock your high-level videos at a certain point, and a form pops up and they can't watch the rest of the video unless they become a lead, aka put in their information. So sweet stuff if you haven't played with that.
Make sure to put that at a place where you're opening a loop, because people are going to want to close it.
That's right. Yeah. Good tip. Love it. The video player got a big update this week, so go check that out and let us know what you think. Let's go back to Invoice land. We now have customizable layouts, which is really nice flexibility for our invoices.
Huge. So this will apply to all the invoices. You got to go to invoices and then the settings within invoices there to see it. And you can customize what's on there. You can use custom fields as well. And I think this goes a long way for getting your invoices just to look the way that you want them, on brand, colors, whatever you want to do, as well as the information that's getting displayed there. So
yeah, I like what we're seeing here. You can obviously change colors, but you could also change the label of the button, which is really nice flexibility.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah, that's sweet. Again, just getting super robust, that suite of payment tools over there. And the adoption of them is growing like crazy. So I can tell you for sure that the end users of these things are loving them. So again, if you're not, what are you waiting on? Some other updates and enhancements from this week. Calendars, Calendly integrations now support multiple sub accounts. I saw that one, Ryan, but I didn't really wrap my head around it. What do we got there?
So basically, I think before we had like a 1-to-1 ratio where if it was hooked up to one sub account, it wouldn't work in another one. But what if you have two and they're using the same Calendly? And so that support is there now for that.
That's nice. That's handy. And then App Marketplace got a nice little update where automated webhooks auto retry if they fail, which is great. I don't know how many times they retry. Do you have any of the details on that?
There's some technical discussions ongoing about that. So this will get even better. But yeah, I'm not sure about the number of retries. Plus we have categorizations of the different errors that it retries on and doesn't. But the main idea here is that like things happen for the developers out there. Like things happen that are just random sometimes. It just doesn't work the right way. And sometimes you just need to restart it and try again. And that's what this does to hopefully handle some of those errors in a very graceful way.
Got it. So technically speaking, it's going to take a couple of whacks at it.
Yeah.
Love it.
That's the technical explanation.
Camille's checking in from the Netherlands. Thanks for hanging out with us this evening.
What's up?
What is up? Let's talk about what's hitting labs this week, or what did hit labs this week. Our voice AI agents MCP integration hit labs this week.
This is really, really cool. So the idea here is that you can add your own custom MCP servers. If you know what that is, you know exactly what I'm talking about. If you don't know what that is, just hang on tight here. But at any rate, you can add that to an action. So in other words, when you're going to configure your AI agent, you can have the action be, hey, ping my custom MCP server that I have set up to do a special thing, and maybe get some data from, or whatever it happens to be. And all the configuration is right there for you, so that you can just plug that right in and they can talk to one another really easily.
That's nice, Ryan. So correct me if I'm wrong. Does that save you from having to like go make a workflow that has a webhook and then you choose the workflow action here? You just kind of cut that step out?
That's basically like you'd have to deal with like webhooks and custom code within workflows, and this just puts them together so they can talk right away.
Nice.
Yeah.
That's great. So that's in Labs. If you're excited about that one, you got to go turn it on first. So head on over to Labs. But let's talk about some tricky upcoming releases. Oh, that was impressive.
I have a feeling I might have used this one before, but it's still cool. So,
because that's you, and you're just trying to show off.
That was me. I was on the boat drinking a beer.
All right, let's see what Ryan dug up that won't get us in too much trouble this week. Preference management for contacts. Preference management hub. What do we have going on here?
So the idea here is that we really segment out the users or the contacts, we'll say, in different ways. So one is going to be subscriptions, so that you have like, okay, like I have a list of just educational content. It's not marketing or anything else, or maybe it's notifications or transaction type stuff. And so you can kind of have different lists for folks that they're on that without having to create like smart lists and contacts. So this manages like their subscriptions to everything, to the different types of emails that you'd send out. And you can break it up by language, and there'll be all kinds of configuration there to make this really robust for managing subscriptions.
Got it. So this is like native segments getting a big enhancement here.
Exactly. Yeah.
Cool. Love it. Ryan's got one more for us. What do we got? We got badges for communities coming soon.
Everybody loves badges, me included. So at any rate, you'll be able to create custom badges with different parameters, or like whatever they have to do to get the badge. So this encourages a lot of engagement within a community. It's kind of the magic sauce when you want to like encourage people to do things, right?
Yeah.
Or to stay active in the community, ask questions, answer questions, stuff like that.
Yeah. So, I was like, wait a minute, don't we have that? But no, we have certificates you can earn through course completion. But now we're saying you can make badges that people earn, and then the badges show up in the community.
Yeah.
Very cool. I like that a lot.
Yeah.
Dan's loving the lab drops. That's right. If you're not in the habit of checking labs every day, you should be, because that's where more and more stuff is going to start to go live. And we've got Devin checking in. Preference Management Hub is great for deepening email marketing side of things. Absolutely agreed. Really excited for that one. Should we tease one more, Ryan, that may get us in trouble? But why not?
I mean, what's the worst they can do to us? You know,
what is the worst? We'll do it subtly, so you'd have to pick up on it. Okay, let me hold on. I need to expand my screen share.
Everybody coming to LevelUp gets a car.
I need to expand my screen share here. Let's see. Okay, so now you guys can see my whole screen over here, right?
This is dangerous.
Oh no, what happened? Oh, I clicked. Hold on. All right, here we go. Whole screen. That screen. Oh, hide is what I meant to hit. Okay, this is going to be quick. Let's see who can pick up on it. Ooh.
Interesting.
Notice anything down there? I wonder if anybody will pick up on that one, Ryan, but that's all we're going to say for now.
I think that's a wise choice.
Because we do have a really big event coming up in less than 2 weeks, right?
Less than 2 weeks.
We're going to be in Dallas. LevelUp Summit, sold out. There is a wait list. I think the link to it is in the stream if you'd like to get on that wait list. But yeah, super excited. Can't wait to see everybody that was there. Shout out to everybody that came out to the high level hangout we had this week in San Diego. It was a blast. It was packed. Way more people showed up than we imagined. I think we even hit like fire code capacity. So thanks to everybody who came out. That was great.
What you want to do?
Yes. Now we have to rest up and get ready, Ryan, because
we do.
Level Up this year is going to be bigger and badder than ever.
Yeah, it's going to be incredible, and I am. It's the most exciting event of the year for me. So can't wait to see all you fine folks there that are coming. And if you're not coming, that's all right too. But make plans for next year because tickets are going to go on sale soon.
That's right. They might even go. I think the early birds go on sale at the end of this event. So bring your credit cards, folks. And we will see you there. Have a great weekend in the meantime. And of course, we'll be back next Friday. So we'll see you then. Bye, everyone.
See you guys. Take